All right, boys, this is the exact fucking open strategy that I was explaining in the previous video. Make sure you watch that previous video because it'll make a lot more sense in this video. This is the real life play that happened just about a week and a half ago, and it played out perfectly, okay? And I'm going to show you how to manage this because trade management and using your stop loss in this specific strategy is very important because risk management is everything, right? Okay, so let's just get right into it. So this is London session, right? We already have our pivot point plotted right here because this was the high of London, right? We want to plot pivot points because the market goes to pivot points. It likes to hit liquidity points and it loves to run through them, okay? So let's begin. Boom. Market opened in 1 minute. Boom. Market opened. Fucking wicked up there. Came back down. Boom. The candle closed above the pivot point. Okay. We're still not in a trade. Unless you're fucking just super risky and don't give a fuck and you're holding longs from London, which, you know, sometimes does work out, but that's more of like a gambling thing, right? If you want to have a high probability chance of a trade, then you probably don't want to just be fucking YOLOing into New York session. Okay? So this strategy, it is a breakout strategy, and the market does like to range 80% of the time, right? In New York, a breakout could be massive or it could be little. But typically, New York will have some kind of distribution, right? So, in this specific strategy, if we see something like this happen, and we're still not in a trade because we didn't enter, right? We're waiting to see what happens. Is this just straight manipulation, or are we in fact bullish on this day? When holy shit, boom, it came right back to our pivot point. It came right back down. This is the perfect fucking play for open that I love taking. I've taken so many times and I've done very well. And I think I have like a 70-75% chance of winning with this trade. And if I lose, it's minimal, right? So this would be where I'd be already in I'd be taking a position right now. I would be taking this on the second minute the market is open. If I'm trading the market open, right? I would be entering somewhere around here. I would love to get in on this pivot point. I would probably have a limit order sitting on that pivot point, but it wouldn't have got filled. So I'd have to, you know, either market buy or move it up. But this would be my entry right here. Let's make a bar right there. Let's call this entry. Entry. Okay. And the reason I'm entering here is because we swept the liquidity from London. We broke the London high, right? That this purple line right here, we had that plotted because that's London high. We swept the London high. We pushed down to test the London high pivot point, which is now our support. And we made another push up. So I'm thinking here, okay, we're bullish. This is a high probability trade. And there's a good chance that we get a nice run. But if not, I'm going to make sure I have a stop loss. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put my stop loss somewhere around here. Because I don't want to lose too much right at open. Because open does go crazy. It does. But, you know, I am willing to take, you know, a 11-point stop loss. Which is what, roughly, I usually do 50 tick stop losses. So it would probably be just like a little bit lower. Yeah, like 12 points is about 50 ticks, I believe, yeah. So that would be my stop loss if that was my entry. My entry was up here, stop loss would be right there. I'm gonna keep my stop loss at 50 because I just like 50 tick stop losses. And I don't want to lose more than 50 ticks in a trade because I have some kind of stupid bull bias or whatever it is. I want to get out. If I'm wrong, I want to get out for 50 ticks. I'm okay with that. You could choose whatever amount of ticks you want, but for NASDAQ specifically, 40 is just is too sketchy. 50 to 60 is a reasonable stop loss if you're in a high probability trade, because it does like to do 10 to 20 to 30, sometimes even 60 point pullbacks. And if you get caught in a 60 point pullback, just let it take your stop loss, and then see if your trend is still going the way you're wanting, or the direction you're thinking, and then you can re-enter. But yeah, sometimes NASDAQ likes to do crazy pullbacks. But the average pullback on NASDAQ will be 5 to 10 points, right? So we're sitting about 2 to 3 points higher than the average pullback. But the thing is, we're entering on a pullback. So our stop loss, it shouldn't get that close to our stop loss in a perfect world. But let's see. Okay, so we have our entry. We have our stop loss. Stop loss 50 ticks, because that's what I like to do, right? Now let's see what happens. Ooh, okay, it came back to our entry, but spat back up. Okay, we're still looking good. And remember, boys, we're sitting here not fucking thinking. We're not thinking. We're in this trade. We have our stop loss set. My take profit is typically 73 ticks. So it probably would have hit already. But let's say we're going for a trend play. Let's say we want more than 73 ticks, right? Let's see what happens here. At this point, we could draw a trend line, and we could see what the market is going to do next. Our trend line would look something like this, right? 3 minutes in, we could already draw a trend line to see if it's a true, very strong trend. Okay, whoa, boom, big wick, but fucking it came right back up. Holy shit, we got a strong trend. Are we taking profit right now? We might want to take some profit on the table. I would say maybe take, one, depends on how many you're playing, but taking a little bit off right here is not a bad idea. But let's see what happens. If we're riding a trend, then we're looking for bigger gains. But taking profit will never hurt you, so always take profits. It's okay to leave money on the table. There will never be a time where you get all of the money. It's the perfect trade. I mean, it'll happen sometimes, maybe, but you don't want that to happen every single time. You want to leave money on the table, because having the other mentality of never leaving money on the table will fucking fuck you straight up the booty hole, okay? So do not have that in your head. You're in this trade and you're not thinking. You're brainless. You're not having any emotion whatsoever. You're in there, you got your stop loss, right? At this point, this is the perfect time to make this a risk-free trade. Boom. Stop loss right at your entry, or just a little bit above the entry. So you have a risk-free trade, right? So let's see what happens. Maybe we took some off right there. Maybe we didn't. Let's see what happens. Okay. Got a red candle. Still holding the trend. Still holding the trend strong. This is a strong bull trend. We could tell on the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, right now, it's super strong. Okay. Boom. It tested the trend pretty hard right there. Now I'm getting nervous and I'm moving my stop loss up quite a bit. And I'm taking more profit depending on how many contracts I have, right? Because it's okay to, enter a position large and then cut, 3/4 or half of it off with just, a few points. It's okay. Just lock in that profit and then you could let the rest run. But it's up to you. Okay, so we're still looking at what's happening here. Okay, woo. Giant wick, but still bullish as fuck. Okay, at this point, we have a pivot point up here from a previous day. We don't know what that's from, because who knows when I put that there. I have no fucking idea, but, our pivot points stay. Hopefully you don't clear your charts all the time. So we do have a pivot point right there from a previous day that we don't remember. But at this point, we've already had what? We got in at 12. We've already had a 66-point run up. That's a lot of money, boys. Even with one con, that's quite a bit of money. At this point, it'd be safe to say to basically take everything off except one little runner. One micro, 2 micros, whatever it is. Unless you're super confident that it's going to keep running, then you just fucking trail your stop just in case, because it will come back down on you just as fucking hard as it goes up on you. So let's see what happens next. Okay, a little pullback. Okay. Boom. Okay, it overshot the trend, still made another higher high. Now we're really thinking, holy shit. Maybe it's time to completely get out of this position and, just be happy with the day. We just caught a massive runner. And, catching moves like this doesn't happen every day. So when you catch a move like this, and let's say you close out right now, fucking close the charts. Just stop. Just be done with the day. Be happy. Take your money. Live to fight another day. 100% of the time, do that, because it will help you in the long term, boys. We're talking about, making money year after year. We're not making fortunes in one day. Sometimes we can, but we don't want to go into that mindset. We want to let those days come to us. We don't want to force those days. But right here, this is a sick opening range breakout trade right here. And holy shit, it came back and hit our stop loss. Could we have trailed it up? Probably. Once it overshot this trend line on the 1 minute, and we saw it wicking right there, probably a good idea to trail this up. Right? Trail up your stop loss, whatever you have remaining. Just lock in that profit, boys. Just lock it in. I can't tell you how many times where I was up, 20, 30 G's, and I fucking let it come back on me because I was too stubborn to move my stop loss up. It's okay for your stop loss to get hit in profit. It's okay to not sell at the top and let your stop loss get hit on the way back down. It is completely okay, boys. And get that into your head, because it is impossible to be perfect when it comes to trading. If you get a perfect trade, then you got lucky, because the market is so uncertain. One person out of the billions of people in the world could fuck up your trade by themselves. It is incredibly uncertain. So it is okay for you to trail your stop so fucking close while the trade's running up and let it hit. It's okay. It's totally okay. But let's see what happens for the rest of the day. Okay. Then it falls off a cliff. And shit, look at this. It came back straight to our entry. We would have been closed out of this trade in profit already. We would have been we would have been in here. But let's say we did miss this one. Let's say we missed this opening range breakout trade, or whatever you want to fucking call it. Let's say we missed it. Boom, boom, boom. We got the pullback, broke the trend. Boom. We could have been drawing a trend. We could have been drawing a channel right here. Something like this. As soon as we saw the pullback like that, and it stopped right there, we could have drawn a channel like that. But now look what we have. We have another play right here. We have a double top. I love double tops and I love double bottoms. Pretty much every single day, there's a double top or a double bottom play. Unless it's just one of those crazy bearish or bullish days. But most of the time, there's a double top or a double bottom play to happen. Right? So if we did miss this opening range play out, I like to wait 15 minutes after market open to actually take a trade. So let's say I was waiting 15 minutes, right? Like I typically like to do. At the 15-minute mark, we're right here at the double top. We're right here. I would probably get in this. I'd probably enter somewhere somewhere right here. My stop loss would be 50 ticks. Just 12 points. I might have got stopped out right there. I might have got stopped out. That's if I wanted to be greedy. If I didn't want to be greedy, we would have drawn this channel, we would have drawn the trend line, we would have been watching since market open. We would have been watching this, hoping not to FOMO in, maybe scalping a little bit on the way up, you know, something like that. But we would draw this trend line, this channel. And then if we didn't want to be super greedy, which I typically like to be greedy, especially with double tops, I would be waiting for this channel to break. And then as soon as that channel does break, and I saw some momentum, I would be taking this entry. Or I'd be waiting for the double top to reject and possibly get in somewhere over here, but then there's a risk of the triple top and then having to have your stop loss too high. So much safer bet, wait for the channel to break. Entry right there, stop loss 50 ticks. Stop loss somewhere right there. You know, if it comes back up for a triple top, there's a good chance that it breaks out and it fucking rips. Let it hit your stop. Get the fuck out of there. Just be done with it. But if we did get that entry, then we got a nasty fucking play to the downside. And it came straight to our pivot point, right? Market open. It came back down and basically swept where our, if we took the first entry, would have played, right? So this is the range. It's the range of the day. So let's say we didn't take this entry. Let's say we didn't take that trade either. We missed the first trade. We didn't take this other trade. Then we also have a second opportunity to get in on this double bottom, right? But because this is no longer market open and we're not positive if it's a bullish day, we're keeping our stops fairly tight. Let's say we got in, you know, somewhere over here. Our stops would be somewhere down here, and we'd be fucking praying that it doesn't, you know, double bottom or triple bottom again. That's just trading, you know what I mean? We got to take the risk. We would take the risk. We would hope that it wouldn't come back down. Let's say that was our entry. At this point already, I mean, we're so far forward. It would be nice if we could just, you know, not see what's already happened. But at this point, you know, we're in this trade. We took this trade off the double bottom from the market open after it swept the liquidity right there from everyone that was long and that got greedy and wanted to hold for a breakout. Let's say their stop loss was still sitting right there and they didn't take profit. The market came down, took them out. Good. That's our entry liquidity, right? So now we're long. But we're already seeing a major problem right here, right, boys? Because at this point, we had a trend line something like this as soon as we entered. We drew a trend line like this, hoping that it's going to be super bullish. It wasn't. It came back. It flirted with our entry. We're still sticking with our stop loss because we're still thinking that this is bullish, right? Started going up, okay. We moved our trend line like this. Well, guess what? There's overshoot right here, and this is bad overshoot. You know, this is high risk. If we're thinking in probabilities, our chances of a massive breakout here just decreased massively because there just wasn't enough bullish momentum here. Just not enough. So what are we doing? We're definitely moving our stop loss up significantly. I mean, we could expect a pullback to maybe this level-ish because this is like a support level. But honestly, if it's breaking this trend line already, right here, consider just taking the money and running, or flipping short. Because I mean, let's see what happens. Yeah, it fucking starts crashing. I mean, we could see here a real bullish fucking trend, a real one with real strength right here. This is what a bull trend with proper strength looks like. This is a half-assed one where we had to move our trend line, right? Because our trend line was supposed to be like this, and it was already broken early. And we would have been considering getting out right there just in case it does fucking fall off a cliff. But let's say we didn't, and we actually held. So we adjusted our trend line. Well, my screen's just fucked up. Don't know what just happened right there. Hopefully everything's still okay. Screens are going nuts. Don't know why. Maybe I have too many monitors, but it's already fucked up our major strength bullish trend, and now we're in our half-ass trend, right? So at this point, we just want to take the profit. Just get the fuck out. Especially, you know, if you can't hit the close position button and you're still just greedy as fuck. Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me with these screens, man. What is it? What is the problem here? I'm losing my mind with these screens, man. Fucking start going crazy for no reason. I'm sorry about that, boys. Having fucking 4 monitors fucking traveling everywhere with them is a pain in the ass. I think there's a power supply issue, but whatever. It doesn't matter. But we've already seen major weakness in this trend. First here, second time here. Now it's broken it completely. You know, pretend like we didn't see this. But, you know, as soon as we see it doing something like this, fucking huge reversal sign on the 1 minute. Huge reversal sign on the 1 minute. So we're either, if we can't exit the trade ourselves and we can't force ourselves to take profit, then we're moving our stops up. And we're getting stopped out, and we're going to be okay with it because we made profit. Okay, boys? We're going to be okay with it. Be happy with all profits and any profits, no matter the size, okay? And avoid losing your trades and avoid not using a stop loss. I used to not use a stop loss, and it worked before, and then it bit me in the fucking ass so many times. So use your stop loss and trail it, especially when you see trend strength breaking. We're day traders. We're not playing for tomorrow. We're playing for right now, and we're playing for the next 5, 10, 20 minutes from now. Okay? So if you see weakness like this, get the fuck out. Especially if we had a bull run that came right back down, and then it started bouncing back up. This is a bearish sign completely. It broke the trend, showed mad weakness going up. This could be a short play. This really could be a short play. We see something like this, consolidation. Oh my god, it's blitzing back up. It fucking ripped back up. But too bad, we already got out, and we're okay with that. And we're totally okay with that. And it swept the high. It swept the high completely. This is overshoot on the 1 minute trend line. And it shot up, swept the high. But it's okay. We could have re-entered long. We could have done anything. We honestly, this isn't the best play to even see or to even take. Unless we did something like this. We took an entry long right here on this support line. But this is something that I personally probably wouldn't be trading. But the sweep of this high, now I'm interested. Now I'm interested in shorts. Especially with a massive engulfing 1 minute candle right there. Let's see. Boom. Okay. This is turning into a silver bullet. Right? Big red dildo. Bounce back up. Another engulfing. This would be my short entry right here. And you guys have seen me take this many times on live. My stop loss might be a little bit bigger because I don't want to get double topped. Because this could easily still come double top me. Honestly, I'd prefer it to be right there. I'd prefer to get out and re-enter. Because getting out and re-entering is plenty. So this would be a 40 tick. We would do our 50 tick stop loss. Probably just sit with the 50 tick stop loss always. I would just sit with that. That's been working for me, and I recommend not doing anything crazy, like switching up too much. If you guys want to use the exact bracket orders I use 73 tick take profits, 50 tick stop losses. But let's see. I mean, this is a silver bullet. ICT silver bullet. It's on the 1 minute, so it's not too trustworthy, but it's not looking too bad. On the 5 minute, it's looking crazy. Let's see what happens with this next candle. Boom. Boom. That's silver bullet time. Look at that. Look at that. This is bearish as all hell, boys. As all hell. Giant engulfing. 2 candles trying to pump up after already failed uptrend. Second fucking uptrend fucking swept all the liquidity that was sitting right there. This is looking beautiful for a short. This is a beautiful short play. This is an excellent strategy. This is the ICT silver bullet. I mean, you guys can go watch some ICT silver bullet fucking video if you want. But yeah, this is a beautiful trade right here. Oh my god, and look at that. Boom, but it wicked back up. So now we're a little suspicious. I'm moving my stop down. Okay, still looking good. Now we're looking beautiful. Now we're looking for take profits. Holy shit. It just hit the major pivot zone. Low of the day. The opening range just swept it. I would take profit right there. I would take profit for sure right there. A majority of my profit, if not all of it, off the table. Maybe keep one runner. Maybe. But, you know, at this point, our stop loss is already moved down so much. So much. Maybe not right there, but like somewhere like there. If we're still in, if we're getting greedy and running for the downtrend, for the heavy downtrend play. Okay. Got a green candle. Boom. Still looking a little bit bearish. Ooh, but it's dojiing. This is a possible reversal sign. But nope. It's consolidating, wicking up. It cannot break this FVG right here. So we're still looking good. This could be another short entry for the breakout to the downside. But what did we mention before? 80% of the time, it's not going to break out to the downside, or it's not going to break out completely. It's going to range. But, I mean, look at this. This is a classic downtrend continuation pattern right here. Right? We swept liquidity. Tried to make a higher high. We have equal highs right here. We have an FVG right here that it cannot break. And we're using the silver bullet ICT strategy right here. We could be looking at putting a entry right here, right at this level. Super, super low risk. Put our entry right there. 50 tick stop loss. This is a beautiful entry for a breakout if we're going to trade it. We could even take this entry and then take profit again right at the bottom. But if we're playing a trend and we're playing a breakout, and with this kind of bearish momentum, I mean, look at the size of these dildos. There's a chance that we could rip down. But if we do get filled right here, you know, somewhere along the lines over here, if we did take this trade and we did get filled, let's see what happens next. Boom, giant rip down. Entry, stop loss, break even, a little bit in profit. Let's see what happens. Boom. Massive fucking rip down. Stop loss trailed over here. We don't want to put it at this exact pivot point because this could just wick up, stop us out, as this has been a crucial pivot point for the entire day. I mean, it's came here so many times. I mean, opening range, boom, came there, swept back down to it right here, and then it swept it over here again too. So we do not want to put our stop loss at extreme pivot point because that's where everybody's putting their stop loss. We want to put it a little bit above everyone else's stop loss. And it's okay if it gets hit. But look at this, boys. If we zoom out, we're hitting another pivot point right here. We've seen this from earlier in London session, that this was a major zone. Right here, right there. Consolidated right there. I don't know what's going to happen next. But if I was trading this, I'd probably be greedy and I'd probably be targeting this right here. I would more than likely be targeting the London low for the fucking massive dump. Let's see what happens. But we are going to keep our stop loss right there at this point. Boom. Okay, so now it has bounced off the major pivot points, which hopefully we did take some profit there. Hopefully. If not, then we're in it for the long run, and we're keeping our stop loss there, and we're keeping our entry right there. Hopefully we peeled some off, but if we didn't, that's okay. I mean, it could come back up on us, and we could, lose the majority of our profit, but we're still in profit. We still are. So, I mean, if you want giant winning days, then holding a full position throughout all this is sometimes what you want to do. But advisable to look for these pivot points. I mean, we could see this. This has already happened. We could see where price might want to go. So it would be a good idea to take profits somewhere around here. Well, let's see what happens. Boom. Still super bearish. At this point, the stop loss is getting me nervous. It's getting me nervous. Do I want to bring it down and just take profit right here, or do I want to be extra greedy and go for the London low sweep? I mean, it's an extra 20 points. Do we really want to do that? I've done it before. I've gotten super greedy like that, and it's worked out for me before, but it's also bitten me in the ass where I had my stop loss still up here, and it came straight to this TP right here. I didn't take anything off and came back up and it hit my stop loss, and I barely made any profit, but I still made profit. So I was pissed, unfortunately, because I didn't make that much profit, but still made some profit. But let's go back to trend lines. Let's see how our trend is working. I used to hate trend lines too, but now I love them because they've been working extremely well in this market. So at this point, we're testing the trend. Let's see what happens. We overshot the trend. We broke the trend. We swept this pivot point that it's been going for all fucking day. And it hit our stop loss. Oh my god. And it completely reversed and went the other way. So, what did we learn? We learned that taking profit is a good fucking idea because the market will range most of the time, just like it did today. If we look at the entire day, London, New York, it basically stayed in this range. Obviously, New York made a new range, but It stayed in the London range. We're in an extremely bullish market. So, a wise idea could have been if you didn't take profit at this profit point right here, which would have been very wise. A wise idea could have been to move it right here for the trend break. And if it broke the trend, then fuck it, you're out. At least you kept some profit, right? But then look at this, fucking falls right off the cliff again. And this is just chopping bullshit. This is hard to trade. These right here are pretty good. These are some good fucking trades right here. Market open, the downtrend play, the silver bullet strategy that we just went over. And then, massive reversal zone. If we didn't take profit, or if we did take profit, we could have been looking for longs. Or we could have just been calling it a day. Or if we weren't in a trade, excellent place for longs. Would have worked out fantastic. And how would we have managed that? We're going to be playing like this. Boom. Super strong uptrend on the 1 minute. We're scalping this. We're riding this. We're having zero motion. Our entry was somewhere over here because we didn't know if it was going to fall off a cliff or not. Entry was somewhere over here. Stop loss, 50 ticks, something like that. Boom, boom. It's running up. It's running up. We're trailing. Not too early. And you just gotta you gotta figure out. You gotta figure out how you're gonna manage your trades. You could watch me manage my trades live, but you gotta figure out for yourself. You cannot just copy somebody else's strategy completely, but you can take the information I'm giving to you and take what I've learned and save yourself the suffering that I went through. Because I went through years of suffering, years of just fucking losing my mind, getting extremely angry, over emotional when it came to trading. Nowadays, I take a loss, massive loss. I'm not happy, obviously, but I'm not fucking raging. From time to time, I mean, it does happen. I do fucking blow up sometimes. But if you could learn to trade unemotionally and using strategies like this, then you could have beautiful, beautiful results potentially. It's possible. You could. So with that being said, after this trend, if you didn't take that, if you took this long reversal, if you saw this trend break, I mean, it's up to you. Do you want to stay in it? I don't know. You already got mad profit. Even if you entered somewhere over here, you got mad profit. But if you did take that long, you had to be a little bit sketchy right here with this major pivot point for it to reject. So maybe you waited for this this pivot point that it's been fucking touching all day and ripped through over here to break before you got your entry. Right? There's millions and millions of opportunities, not millions, but hundreds. There's opportunities every single day. Tons of opportunities in the market to take trades. You want to take trades that have higher probabilities. So the higher probability trade would be the reversal right here, right? The break of this trend line for the way up, high probability. Another high probability trade is the break of this pivot point. Wait for it to sweep, because it probably swept it, came back down. But then if it started coming back up, you enter. Boom, 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 boom. You had your trend line drawn already. As soon as it broke the trend line, maybe you got out, maybe you took profit, maybe you're trailing your stop loss. Maybe you're just chilling. But boom, even if you didn't take profit at the trend line break, you still got your, what, 27 points of profit. Opportunities all the fucking time, boys. Just choose yours and don't overtrade. Choose 1 to 3 trades a day and then fucking call it. Don't try trading everything. Trade nice setups like I just showed you. And you will have potential. I can't say stuff like that. You could have great results. You very well could. So, watch this video as many times as you need to. Study this pattern because days like this happen all the time. High sweeps to the low sweeps to pivot points. Make sure you're always paying attention to your pivot points. And trail your stop losses, boys. Okay? That being said, this was a couple strategies. Yeah, and this is part 2 to the opening range breakout strategy. That's one of my favorites for market open. That is. I used to make a lot of money with that, especially with SPX 0-day options. But then also the flip side. Trading is at your discretion, boys, but make sure you're obeying your take profits and your stop losses. And you're putting your take profits and your stop losses at smart places. And do not be afraid to exit a position and then re-enter 8 seconds later. It's okay. Remember that, boys. Stay beautiful, Mafia. I love my capos. And my screens are all fucked up. But peace out, boys.